I'm Shane McElrath, and this is my 2005 Ford E250 Bombay grill. One of our good friends from back in North Carolina, he actually found it from a couple that was in Pennsylvania, and they cleaned offices out of it. And when we got it, it had all the metal caging and shelves in it. And the guy who we were connected with, he had raced for my dad back when he was younger, and he tore all that out and had his company build the wall in it. And he knew the specs, knew exactly how everything needed to be built from when he had vans. It has 170,000 miles on it now, and we picked it up with 105. My mom and I, we drove out here in the winter of 2013. It was February, I believe, and that's the only time it's been taken across the country. But since then, it's been out here the whole time. Oldenburg, he's driven it some when he's been out here, when I wasn't out here, and it's kind of been a little bit of a community vehicle, just depending on where everybody is. This serves many purposes, and I think that's why I'm not too big of a fan of trucks. I think they're nice, but I mean, I've got my bed in here. If I need to sleep in here, I can, and that's the big thing about a moto van. I mean, you can lock all your stuff up in the back and put a window shade up over the front, and you're good to go. I've had a plan that I've drawn up on my computer, and then I've built everything up and built it to size. I started working on it, and it should have been about a 2 or 3 week job if I could have worked on it and just knocked it out, but it ended up taking me about 2 or 3 months, and now I have an arsenal of kicker audio and not a good reputation from my neighbors now. I have 8 kicker CVR 12s. Those are running on 6400 watts. I have 2 KX 1600.1s per box. This is split in 2 separate boxes, and 4 subs per 2 amps on each side. And underneath the bench here, I have 4 sealed 10s. The 12s are ported, and they're separate from each other. They're both controlled separately, and the 4 10s are in 2 separate boxes, and each box has a KX 1600.1 going to it. And then I have the 3 sets of 4-inch coaxial speakers in the front and a set of tweeters, and pushing those I have 2 KX 400.4s, and all the wire, all the grounding, all the power distribution, everything is from Kicker, and they really helped me out a lot with this build. And this was kind of like a personal accomplishment. It's not finished yet, but it's kind of exceeded my expectations. I put it on myself, like, all right, I'm gonna do this one right. I'm gonna make it neat. I'm gonna do all the wiring the right way, and still got to do the center console for it, and a dash. I'm gonna put my iPad in my dash, and I'll fabricate it in and stuff. So it looks OEM, but yeah, I mean, it's just a hobby that I enjoy, and something that I like to do in my downtime when I'm not wore out. My older brother actually worked at a car audio place when he got out of high school, and he's about 10 years older than I am, and so he's done his own systems for a while, and my first few systems that I've had, we've done together. I asked him, I was like, hey, you wanna come out, go to the GP with us, and spend a couple of days, and we can start working on my van or something. And he was like, yeah, man, that'd be sweet. So before he came, I gutted the van, put down sound deadener all in the front, and yeah, we kind of I got us a clean slate. So when he got here, I already had the boxes built up on my computer, and we just went to Home Depot, got some supplies, and started cutting away, and we ended up getting the boxes built, layered them with fiberglass inside, and put some bracing in there, and then we got the boxes in and just stuck them in here, we rigged up the wiring on the amps, and I had the speaker pods up front finished. So we hooked it up before he had to leave, just because he wanted to hear what it sounded like, because he has a pretty good system in his van. Actually, where our race shop is now, the Method distribution warehouse is right next door, and also their offices. So Colby is the guy that we deal with there, and he's kind of head of Method, and we've built a good relationship with him, and he's just big in the moto scene. He's a big fan of the sport, and he helps the team out, helps us riders out, and yeah, I mean, I'm happy to run all the Method stuff, and they're just awesome people to work with and to be friends with. So yeah, I mean, it's got the true moto style. It doesn't look like a rate van now with the big chrome hubcaps. So I take pride in my van, and I think that it has an unexplainable amount of character. Sometimes you just got to put a little bit of race gas in the back of the van, and then it'll soak into everything else. So then, I mean, now I'm immune to it, but if somebody who's not around fuel a lot gets in, they're like, dang, that smells pretty good. And I'm like, I think it just smells like sweat, but somebody else thinks it smells pretty good. So yeah, I mean, probably race gas is about the only thing strong enough to get rid of a lot of the smell in here. I don't have any air fresheners and stuff, because I mean, sometimes that stuff can be a little girly depending on what smell you get. But no, I just run it.